her being so angry that her base is turning on her, that's your fault, baby. Mind you, Akira never wanted this to come to the internet at all. You brought it to the internet. Now it's here to stay. And you continuously give people more content and more episodes.
Thank you, Kimberly. Yeah.
Because now
you going on Tamara.
You're going on Tamara. Okay.
Exactly. MCW, same thing. Yeah.
It won't stop. And so until you stop, it won't stop. So what we're gonna do now? Let me see. I got it about. That's good. I'm putting this on my YT. So what we're gonna do? We're doing a couple of things. Number one, we are going to read the transcript, and we're going to table of content. Let me go over the table of content again. Please like the live. If you find value in this, like the live, please.
Share it as well. Let people know.
And if you haven't already, grab your daily heartmates. We appreciate that. Okay, so let me read to you. Let me tell you what the table of contents is going to be doing. So this is how the transcript was broken down, in case anybody want to know.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. We're jumping. Cameron Hall.
Right.
I mentioned it really quickly with that. So it's out right now that Brenay is going to appear on the Tamron Hall show. And there are a lot of people that are in uproar about it. Hey, June Jam. Hi, baby.
Thank you for the follow, Miss Pumpkin. I appreciate it. Thank you, Granny.
There are a lot of people in uproar about it. And their thing is that why should they have given, thank you, Tamara, for reposting it. Why should they have given her a platform as opposed to Akira? The first thing is we don't know if they asked Akira, and that probably will come out on that episode because I'm sure she knows people will have that question, like who brings the Jezzy on as opposed to who's actually impacted. Hi, Ro.
The one who won, the plaintiff, the person who won.
I would think that they probably did ask her, but because Akira is, number one, does not want this spotlight, and two, probably was told by her attorney not to do it, Miss Pick Me, in all her glory, did what she always does. Choose me. I'll do it. Even though she should not have gone on the show. Yes, I feel like she should have asked her, but you're right. She might not want to go in the spotlight. No. And if y'all remember, if you watch the trial, right after Akira won her judgment, if you can find that footage, look at how Akira was. Akira, first of all, it was cold as shit outside. You can tell because she was holding herself. Yeah. But her attorney was doing all the talking, and she did not want to speak. She didn't even look as we were more excited than she was at that moment because I'm sure she wanted to just go home.
Yes.
And be with her family and, just come down after being in a week of all this up and down emotion and hearing your husband, your ex-husband, the father of your children saying the most vile things ever about you. So I'm sure she just wanted to go up and be with her new dude, be around her kids and all of that. But she doesn't like all of that. So I'm sure if they did ask her, she probably would have said no. Tamron Hall.
Yeah, Tamron Hall, no. And this thing is ongoing. She's got a cyberstalking case coming up against this woman. It's ongoing. The woman done filed Motion 59 and an appeal. So it's not the time to be running off at the mouth.
No, it's really not. Rose said, do y'all think they will be on the show or will Tamron Hall just talk about it? Oh, no. Yeah. I believe she's going to be on the show. I believe a couple of weeks back, there was some talk about her possibly being on a game show, on a talk show. And at first, I'm thinking, is it going to be Breakfast Club or something because it was in New York. And nobody really knew what was going on. It looks like it was this Tamron Hall show. So right after it happened, she grabbed her. My only thing, thank you, Pittsburgh, for the Daily Heart Me, baby. I appreciate you. My only thing is, I hope that it was a well-done interview. Now, Tamron has a whole team. So usually they go into more detail. But more than anything, I hope Brenay does what she do, which is run her mouth. Because like we know, she has a cyberstalking situation going tomorrow. Although it's not the trial, what it is just figuring out what's her position, what she's saying. Thank you, Tara, for the Daily Heart Me, baby. I appreciate you. See, are you saying that you're guilty? How are you going to plead? That kind of thing. And then we'll have the actual trial based off of that. But all of this is going to play into that. Even though it's tomorrow, the trial that's going to be going in the future, all of this is going to play into that.
Absolutely.
It's just the wrong time to be doing anything. In addition to the fact that you got your emotion. What you about to say, Sharice?
Yes, I was just going to say it's just bad timing, but it's great timing for Akira and Robin. I swear, in Devin. I swear it's great timing. Thank you, Miss Pumpkin. you don't know when you go on these shows, you don't know when they're going to air because they don't necessarily know when they're going to air. They don't share it because what happens? If I tell you one thing and then, you know, it don't come on because we had something else, breaking news happens or anything like that, and they got to push it out. So more than likely, she more than likely, not officially, but more than likely, she didn't know what date it was going to air. But the timing, like Shador was saying, it's perfect timing, baby. Like, it is perfect timing because Robin, I'm sure, is going to be taking all the notes because she is absolutely going to put her and Tim are going to absolutely put their foot right in.
It would have been any perfect timing because you have court cases coming up. Like, even if you would have did it earlier, after the thing, up until now, ma'am, you have a whole series of court dates that are coming up. You need to be far away from the camera. And she just cannot help it. Like, she is so arrogant, in my opinion, and so egotistical. And she thinks she's the smartest person in the room. And this person should not be thinking that. She has no business thinking that she's the smartest person in the room at all. Ma'am, you lost your case and you lost horribly. Yes. This is what you lost. Well, this is one of the worst defending of thyself anybody has ever seen. Like, it's just horrible. You looked horrible. You sound horrible. You were saying horrible things. An example of that is when she just mad because I took him. Like, that's not what you say in an alienation of affection and hearing.
No, ma'am.
So, it was the worst. It was the worst presenting of oneself that anybody has ever seen. And so thinking that she's the smartest person in the room, she really needs to stop that because it's not for you. You may be the most gluttonous person in the room. You may be the most egotistical person in the room. You may be the most conniving and manipulative person in the room. You may be the most sneaky and underhanded person in the room, but you're not the smartest person in the room, okay? Because if you were smart, then you wouldn't be doing what you're doing. And I had grace for her before because I'm like, she's older. This person is gross, okay? Yes. She's gross and she needs to be stopped, and she will. Of course. She's not happy. I can see through the facade, but she needs to be stopped because what she's doing now, even by having gone on this show, although I'm happy she did it for the evidence, you're putting Akira right back in this shit. Yep. You're putting Akira right back in this shit, and then you want to come back and say later, why they worried about me? Bitch, stop going on the show. Okay? Stop, sit down somewhere.
How about you do that? Yep.
So all that you just said, I want to buy my business, stay away from the TVs. Stay away from the microphones. Don't put nothing else in your face because this is not working out for you. So I'm glad that she's doing it. At the same time, I feel for Akira because she's being pushed right back into what she don't want to be put in. And now what she's going to do is come back out of this, telling some everybody in my business. After this, we don't want to hear nothing. You went on a nationally syndicated show. Yes. Talking about your business. So we don't want to hear that no more, ma'am. Facts. We don't want your people that be like, no, let's with Brenay. We don't want to hear that no more. Because you put yourself out there, not her. If they offered her, she didn't go on the show. You did.
Man.
Say, baby.
I want to say you just ate that up right here on this show. You ate her up, annihilated her, and answered everything that she wanted to ask. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. She asked all the questions in that video you just played, and you answered them in kind. I appreciate that so much because it is all 100% facts. 100% facts. She gets no more grace. None. And how dare you?
She can't help it. Nobody's upstairs and it's zero. Yep. What a read. It's just her running around talking about why people so invested and then for you to go in Tamron Hall. Make it make sense. Thank you, Jim, for the daily heart me, baby. I appreciate you.
Exactly. Oh, you ate that thing up, man. And it's just beginning though.
It's just beginning. So, baby, what I want to do right now, I want to go. We're going to be reading the transcripts, definitely this opening, and then we're going to be talking to our friends. If you've never been on our show before, what we do is I prompt it so that I put all the files in, and then we're able to ask direct questions of it to get deep into these transcripts, okay? But I want to talk about how it's broken down first because this is very interesting. So what I did was I looked at the transcript, and these are the sections that pretty much occurred. And this is only for day one. Okay. And honey, it's almost like that's enough because it's
I swear.
Make sure I'm missing all the orders against her won't stop. Dang, I'm late, ladies. No, you're not late, Dr. Bridges. Welcome in, baby.
Make sure, thank you for the follow. You can slide over to Tees. Y'all can go back and forth between me and Tees live and make sure you follow her as well. If you're just coming in, she put a lot of time and effort into this to bring it to you guys.
Thank you, baby.
Show her the love and appreciation that she so deserves. Hi, Miss Victoria.
Rose says she's crazy for going on the show. It does not make her look good at all. Hey, Susie Q, welcome, honey. Welcome in, baby. Okay, so from pages 4 to 16 of this transcript. Now, this transcript is 148 pages long.
Right.
Okay, let me make sure I got their exact amount. Well, yep, 148 pages long. Yeah. So the very first from pages, let me come back so we can get into detail.
The beginning
pages 4 through. Thank you for the daily heart, me, Lady B. I appreciate you. Hey, ladies. Hi, Kenna. Hey. Welcome in, honey, and thank you for reposting.
Thank y'all for liking it too.
Day 4 through 16. Thank you, Pumpkin, for the daily heart, me, baby.
Page 4 through 16.
Page 4 through 16 is housekeeping. This is pretty much the judge going on record with notes and appearances, talking about the pretrial orders, the basic scheduling and that kind of stuff. So if you get this transcript, know that it ain't gonna be good up at that point, okay?
Right.
From pages 17 to 29 is the plaintiff's opening statements. And this is what we're definitely going to get in today for sure. And we're going to be talking about this in over 2 days. We go live every Monday through Friday from 7:10 until we get off. We do a minimum of an hour and a half. So we're going to be picking this back up too. So the plaintiff's opening statements, Ms. Jones, is from 17 to 29. So in this part, she frames the case, talks about how it's being a happy marriage, close friend, and betrayal. We're going to read that in detail so y'all can hear all of that. She also explains the alienation of affection in criminal conversation or conversion, and how the kids were being impacted, and previews like the key evidence that talks about the text message, the videos, the financial statements, and all of that. Pages 29 through 30 is when Brenay came. Notice it. Let me go back to that. Pages 17 to 29 is
Robin's line. 17 to 29 is Robin's opening statement. That needs to be 17, page 17 through 29 is Attorney Robin's opening statement.
And then pages 29 through 30 is Brenay's. Okay. I'm sure she's going to do longer talking on Cameron Hall than she did for her own defense in her opening statement. Okay. Let me go down.
We're going to read it so y'all can hear what she said.
After that, the start of Akira's testimony, the background. Oh, okay. So then we get to the start of Akira's testimony, the background in her marriage. So this is pages 30 to 40. And then this is direct examination of Akira by Robin. So she covers how long they've been together, the kids, her schooling, her role supporting Tim, and the fact that they had a loving marriage. Again, so when you get the scripts, you'll know that the bulk is coming where it's going to be at. Pages 40 to 50, we talk about prior infidelity and the reconciliation. So Akira talks about Tim's earlier affair. So he came out around her pregnancy and how they reconciled. She explains that they worked through it, they stayed affectionate and went on trips and were intimate on a regular basis. Now, oh my God, thank you, June Jill. I love that. Thank you, baby. I'm supposed to be making a wish.
Oh, you're manifesting, yes.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that so much. She did the reconciliation, and as we know, Akira was pregnant with her third child, and because of all this stress, it did not go as planned. Correct. So she explains that they worked through it, stayed affectionate, and went on trips and were intimate on a regular basis to show the marriage recovered before Brenay came into the picture. So this was very important to establish that it was still a bond. So the next section is 2023, early 2024. They talk about the cruises, the couple friend dynamic, guys, and how everything appeared happy on the surface. So it was testimony given about the July 2023 cruise, the holidays, and how the two couples stayed up under each other. Okay. Just knocking Brenay's shit down because she already know with her basic level of intelligence what she's going to be bringing. Akira answers questions about their sex life and with Tim, including the frequency, to reinforce that they were still connected up through late 2023 and early 2024. Please like the lives, baby. That helps us out a lot. Like the lives. I'm at 9.3. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. Make sure you like my live and definitely get over there and like Sharice's live to let TikTok know we are here. Just so y'all know, TikTok ranks us. Thank you, Lady B, for the dolphin. I appreciate you, honey. TikTok will show and push us out based off of engagement. So we want them to know that we are over here really talking about something that y'all found valuable. So make sure y'all go back and forth.
Thank you.
Let me see. Cruisers, couple, friend dynamic, and happy on the surface. Then number 7, Brenay staying in the marital home. So the transcript goes through that. the marital home, and the boundary problems. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate the roses, baby.
Thank you, Pumpkin. Appreciate you.
And this is pages 60 through 80. So this is when Akira explains the two times that she let Brenay, number one, stay once over for the family drama, holidays, so some stuff was going on between them. And then once after Brenay claimed Devin was abusive. Okay, so we see that on pages 60 through 80. So if you got the transcripts, that's where it occurs at. And she describes how Brenay and Tim would sit together, close doors, ignore their spouses, and how Akira started feeling uncomfortable and disrespected in her own home. This is really reading like a good book.
Yeah.
I mean, they was knocking it down.
Right.
The Big Cheryl show up and police. So on number 8, we have the Big Cheryl show up in the police, and this is pages 80 through 90. Now, Big Cheryl, I believe, is Akira's grandmother.
Right.
But Akira tells a story of breaking down to her mom and grandmother after getting piercings out of stress. Now, I have to see that. Piercings?
Ooh.
Let me see. Let me talk to my friend.
Piercings. Really?
Hey, friend, did the statement, can you show me or give me more information? Oh, Miss Higgins, I love that. Thank you. A scepter. Oh, my God, it's so amazing. Yes in her face. Thank you, Mika.
Yep. See, she mentioned getting piercings when stressed. LMCW.
Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Friend, can you give me some information you found in the transcript about the piercings that Akira got? I never heard that.
Me either.
Thank you, baby, for telling me that. That helps me. Let's see. They're coming in piercings. Okay, let's listen to this real quick, y'all, because this is amazing. Because you know what makes me mad? Because the other one.
Yeah.
That's her one. So it's almost like, did she have a moment of trying to connect with him, thinking that if she does this for him, that he'll want her? You know, all of us have tried to do things to appease some people we love, whether it's taking care of our bodies, wearing the right clothes, or, any number of things. Exactly. But the fact that she felt the need to do that in a relationship that wasn't healthy versus something that he may have liked or whatever is very scary. Let's listen to what friend says real quick.
Oh, yes, friend. The piercings moment is right there in the transcript. And it's honestly one of the most emotionally revealing parts of Akira's testimony. Let me break it down for you cleanly and simply so you can use it on your live.
Thank you.
Where it appears in the transcript. You'll find this section in day 1, around pages 36 to 38 of the transcript, right after Akira describes the growing tension and discomfort with Brenay staying in the home. Let me give you the summarized version of what was said, exactly how it unfolds in the transcript. Summary of the piercing story, straight from the transcript. What led up to the piercings? Akira was describing the emotional chaos she was living in. Her husband, Tim, and Brenay were becoming overly close. They were excluding her from conversations. There were boundary-crossing behaviors. She was being gaslit into thinking she was imagining things. She was constantly uncomfortable in her own home. This all built up until she reached a breaking point. The moment Akira needed a breather, Akira testified that one day she was overwhelmed and needed to get out of the house. She got in her car, went to run errands, and during that outing, she suddenly decided to get multiple piercings. Why? Because, and this is almost verbatim, she said that when she is stressed or emotionally overloaded, she tends to get piercings as a coping mechanism.
So she's done it before.
This wasn't a fashion moment. This was a trauma moment. She ended up getting 8 to 10 piercings in one sitting. What happened next? She said she was still emotionally spiraling. So she ran into her mother and grandmother by coincidence. They saw the piercings and immediately knew something was wrong. Her grandmother said something like, "Now why did you do that to your face?" Akira broke down crying and told them everything that had been happening with Brenay and Tim. This moment is what leads directly into the infamous scene where Big Cheryl pulls up to the house like a linebacker and confronts Brenay, which also is in the transcript and tied to this same emotional buildup. What this moment tells us about Akira, it's actually a very humanizing piece of testimony. It shows she wasn't loud, confrontational, or dramatic. She was internalizing everything. She coped in quiet, self-soothing ways. like piercings.
Linebacker, right?
She was trying to hold herself together until she simply couldn't anymore. It also shows why she was so blindsided. She wasn't thinking like someone in a competition for her husband. She was thinking like someone in survival mode who loved her family and didn't understand what was happening. Live talking point you can use.
Y'all, that broke me. That broke me, y'all. That got me. That got me. This, y'all, please. What I don't want to do is call this woman out of her name.
Me either.
But I'm starting to get very this is probably what I didn't need to hear, because you mad about the wrong things, lady. You know, about investing in your life. Yes, we invested in your fucking life, but more than anything, we invested in Akira's life, because look at what she's had to deal with, and it is not ending anytime soon. Right. Because now you've gone on Tamron Hall. I see the benefit of it. Yeah. Because I know that you're going to say and do something that's going to help. Absolutely. But now she's being pulled right back in again, because, like you told your husband the other day, you make everything about you. You're the main character. And this is your world, and I guess it's about her or toes or some shit. What you want to say, baby?
That broke my heart to hear that, because you know that she was suffering. You know that she had gone through anxiety and depression. But to hear what she did to herself physically, because she had so much that she was trying to deal with emotionally inside of her, that she had no outlet. And that is why we do what we do. You got to heart me, Paul.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate your heart me, Soraya. Welcome in, honey.
That's why we do what we do, by breaking this stuff down and talking about these points and giving. Ooh, thank you, Lady B. I appreciate that. Giving her this perspective. Thank you, Soraya. I appreciate the Daily Heart Me, because number one, we've been around, you know, a while. We doubled their age, so some of this stuff, you know, is even though it's this detail, this craziness, I haven't heard before, but at its core, you know, it's heartbreaking to have to deal with this kind of stuff in front of the world, especially when you are a private person. You are not Akira was not a public figure. She wasn't a celebrity. She wasn't even a content creator. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Ms. Taney. I appreciate the Daily Heart.
Thank you, it's Key. I appreciate you, baby.
She asked to keep it out of the limelight. And just for her, Brenay, to thrust her into this like that, this is why we all in that business. And we're going to stay in business, foot on neck, until you either get to your knees and say you sorry, or we feel like stopping. It just is what it is.
Yo, that got me right there. Again, like Sharice said, this is why everybody's invested and nobody's gonna stop. And we don't gotta tell y'all nothing no motherfucking more while we invest. Yeah. Just know, just like how you can be gross and everything, we can stay in the motherfucking business too. We ain't gotta tell nobody else why we invested. And I'm talking about for everybody who's invested along with us. We don't care about what they say no more. Nope. We don't care about what they say no more. We ain't interested in what if they ask you why y'all are so invested, say because we want to be.
Facts.
That's what we're gonna go say. And I might even get in the shirt say because I want to be. I'm not going to make any excuses. Y'all don't got nothing else better to do with y'all time. I manage my time very well. I'm a national best-selling author, a filmmaker. I've worked full-time by myself. I can make a little bit of time for this. But thank you, though, for being interested. We are going to continue to be invested for as long as we want to be.
Thanks.
Okay? Okay. So, and that goes for all of us who are feeling the same thing. Right. I don't care. June just said, right, I don't care. Jim said exactly. They are invested too. It's TikTok. People kill me trying to act holier than now. If you're so holy, why are you on TikTok with the rest of us heathens?
Thank you.
Leave us heathens to ourselves. This is TikTok, money.
I swear. And the best thing about TikTok, they have a feature. You can just
there you go.
Swipe right on out.
So yes, my favorite author. Welcome, baby.
If it don't interest you, just like that, and it's gone, like it was never there.
The algorithm is impeccable. Put content on all of them. Mm-hmm. TikTok's algorithm is impeccable, because the moment they even get a whiff that you don't like something, you will never see that thing no more.
Right.
Hi, Kristen. Welcome, baby. Yes, you will never see it no more. So if you are not interested in the break, if you're seeing a lot of Brenay content or wonder why people invested, that's because you're looking at the Brenay content and specifically the people who are for Team Akira. So we're not going to explain anything else to y'all anymore. Okay? We ain't gonna do it no more. Being invested, gonna stay invested until Akira is satisfied. Exactly. We don't care no more. We don't care. We're not gonna explain it to you. It is what it is. And I'm not even going before people like, we know you. That ain't right to be in the business. No. Even if it's not, we don't care. Okay. Denny's intervention. So from pages 90 to 105, we have Denny's intervention. And we're talking about the transcript, and we're going to read these opening statements and then get into some other stuff so we can really get into the meat of this. But apparently the aftermath, there's Denny's intervention, which is around early 2024, pages 90 to 105. And the family goes to Denny's to support Akira and basically tell her she deserves better. Timeline gets nailed. So Brenay stays in late 2023. The blow up and separation is in early 2024, around March. And it sets up the transition into why she filed the lawsuit. Okay. Then we get into why she filed criminal conversion and alienation. So this is pages 100 through 112. Akira explains that she filed for both. Thank you, baby, for the daily heart me. She said that she filed for both alienation of affection and criminal conversion. Mentions what oh my God, thank you, Tara.
Is it conversion? Is it conversation? I thought they kept saying conversation because it's a weird term. It's an archaic term. I thought it was
conversation, but I think it's conversion. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that so much. That's definitely one of my favorites, baby. Thank you. And she mentions that Devin told her, mentions what Devin told her, including disturbing details and the twin sister angle. Because as we know, Corinne, if you don't know, Renay's twin sister, Corinne, also had relations with this man while they were married and even before that. Like, so she has had her way with Tim plenty of times. These people are gross and had the nerve to be talking about people being in their business and all that kind of stuff. These people are insane.
Thank you.
Ma'am, nobody will be looking at none of them wigs you're doing but for this. Nobody will be coming over your Snapchat but for what you're doing to Akira. People are actually coming over there to see what you're going to say.
Yes.
And what they can go back and tell Robin. That's it. That's it. But this is ridiculous. This poor baby. Then we go into 11 text message and exhibits with the authenticity fight in the fighting. So this is pages 112 through 120. So this is the plaintiff's attorney start introducing long iPhone text threads between Akira and Tim. And Brenay objects multiple times around these pages, y'all, claiming the format looks altered and not like a real iPhone screening. Ma'am, the only evidence that you appear to have is Robin's books of the evidence she gave. Where is your evidence? How now you're skilled in text messages?
Yeah.
Where did you get your schooling from?
Are you in IT? Girl, bye.
Text showed that Tim complaining about Brenay being lazy and messy in 2021 and later gaslighting Akira about the friendship with Brenay in 2024. So he was doing what he always does.
Appreciate the daily army.
Then it says Akira's emotional and financial impact. That goes through on pages 120 to 126. So she talks about being on medical, EBT, working, and carrying most of the load alone because he's not helping. The family maxing out credit cards to help him chase his football career and all of that. They talks about that on them pages, and how losing the marriage affected her mental health, her kids, and her sense of failure. Poor baby.
Yo.
13 is a discussion. Huh?
Her and Akira and her family, her mom, put this Bama through school so he could chase his football dream, get his degree or what have you when it failed. He still got his degree. He still got put through school. Oh,
Oh, thank you, Keisha.
Come on now.
Thank you. I love that.
Kimberly said she can't tell the difference between a screenshot text and a transcript. None of the above.
No.
None of the above.
All for him to be sitting on streaming on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
They spent all that money just for him to be on Twitch streaming with her ass in the background, laying on the bed, making sure he don't do nothing.
Making sure he don't slide off with something on Twitch.
Then on pages 134 to 145, there we hear or talk about the playing, the living room sex video, and the reactions. So the video is played, and Akira narrates that it's in the marital home, and the artwork from a couple sip and paint visible. So there was videos of them having sex, and she was able to confirm that's her house because of the artwork and all of that.
Goodness.
Akira testifies that she heard Brenay say they had just finished having sex and graphically describe how Tim makes her body feel and how much she wants him. Brenay then objects and says, I didn't say that. That's hearsay. But the judge keeps overruling and reminds the jury they go by what they heard. She's going to use this twitch to still antagonize after the cyber case. She can if she wants to.
Yeah, she can if she wants to.
Because listen,
this ain't
whatever happens from this, they're going to be putting some conditions on her.
Thank you.
And it behooves her to leave her alone because they can make it a permanent thing where she can't even be on any social media platform.
Thank you.
So she needs to be very. Thank you, baby, for the daily heartening, Miss All Business. Thank you, baby, for the daily heartening. They can definitely do that. So I'm sure because the first one is a misdemeanor, it's not that bad. If she violates it again, which she is in, she can't help it, y'all.
Yes. She
has no content outside of chaos. Going over there, if you look at her on Snapchat right now,
you'll see.
She's laying in the bed talking about how the weather is bipolar. She has no content.
Not the weather.
She has none. Clothing, boundary, and testimony of the second bedroom. So on pages 145 to 147, Akira explains how Brenay dressed in the house with no bra, tight shorts, butt cheeks out, and how she asked her to cover up around Tim and the kids. A second video is identified with Tim and Brenay in the marital room, also found during the tax search, because there were some situations around his laptop about whose computer it was, because he tried to say it's my computer, and she's like, no, I actually also put in, and we did this around taxing too. We used it for taxes. And so they was able to, make light work of that. And the video is admitted right at the end of the day, but not fully played in the volume's text. The judge chooses that as a good breaking point. So he broke it around that point. Finally, on pages 147 to 148, judge dismisses the jury for the evening and all of that. So what we want to do now, we're going to read y'all.
Oh.
Thank you, June Jim, for them tap, tap, taps. I love it. We're going to read y'all the transcripts. We had 1-6. Get me up to 20,000, baby, so before we read the transcripts and get into the opening statement. Sharice, where you at?
I am at 11.1.
Give baby up to 115. Help us out. What do you think so far based on what you hear?
I'm disgusted. So because we were getting like the updates when it was happening. Thank you so much, Fierce, for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dahil, for the follow. We were getting the updates with the boots on the ground ladies that were coming out during breaks and during lunch and all that, and letting us know what happened, what was presented, and all of that. But to actually see this in detail in this transcript is extremely gross. Like, I probably should not have, the way I feel, I probably should not have anything to do with this transcript because it just makes me angrier at this woman. Like, I could not like her any more than I do now.
The hell said, and throws Tim's suit out after Akira for the $30,000 for the laptop, or $3,000 for the laptop. He's sick. Yeah, I do see that he has that little suit that's coming up, and again, that's going to be.
They're gonna make it light work. It's gonna
make light work of it. We're almost at 20K. Are you almost at 15, baby?
How you gonna claim? I'm at 12.9, so y'all moving on up.
Okay.
Like, how you gonna claim that's your computer when you bought nothing ever?
The whole family said they supported you and maxed out cards. How do you feel like you? Again, I said this before. He reminds me of the person that has the juice in the refrigerator, talking about something. This is my juice.
That ain't bought it.
You ain't bought nothing but the juice. But all the other stuff.
You ain't even buy the juice. You just put your name on it.
You don't put your name on the juice. That's what he reminds me of. Yeah. Okay, so let me see. This starts on what page?
Robin's opening statement starts on 17, right?
Okay.
So
Sharice and I are going to be going back and forth with this. This is Robin's opening statement, and then depending upon where we stop. I'm just going to finish it out with Brenay's statement because it's short, and I notice I ain't say sweet
at all because it's not. Energy vampire, that's Tim. Yep, Fierce.
So here we go, y'all. Y'all ready? I'm at 20K. Thank you. At 15?
Oh, cool. I'm at 14.5. So going on. Let's get it cracking.
We're almost there, guys. Okay, so we about to read this so we can hear what's going on. Now, we're going to start with the Robin's opening statements. I've already explained that the transcripts don't have no real motion until
15K.
So you got 15K?
15K, y'all got us there. Thank you.
Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. That helps us out. I want to make sure. I want to come up here. I'm gonna sing.
You kick it off, Robin. You want me to kick it off?
I'm gonna kick off Robin.
All right, bet.
Okay,
y'all make sure y'all following team.
Thank you, Inner City, baby. I appreciate you. Here we go. Your Honor, let me see, number 17. Miss Jones, thank you, Your Honor. And Miss Jones said, thank you, Kari, for the roses, baby. Miss Jones, thank you, Your Honor. May I begin, Your Honor? Court, yes, ma'am. Miss Jones, this is Robin, Akira's attorney. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I am attorney Robinetta B. Jones, and I represent the plaintiff, Mrs. Akira Montague. Thank you, baby. Today, you are in front of us to deliberate on the case against Miss Kennard. Now, the plaintiff is my client, Miss Montague. The defendant's name is Miss Kennard. And my client's ex-husband's name is Timothy Montague. Imagine having a close friend that you never thought would betray you. Imagine being married to a man and raising 2 children and believing that this was the person that you were going to spend the rest of your life with. Imagine feeling betrayed by the 2 people that were close to you. Now imagine having 2 children and they now do not have a father in the home. Today, the evidence will show you that my client was married to Mr. Montague, who is here today sitting behind the defendant. The evidence will show you that my client and Mr. Montague have 2 minor children. And the evidence will show you also that my client, Miss Montague, was in a marriage that was happy and affectionate. But for her closest friend's actions, they are no longer married. Mm-hmm. And in fact, evidence will show you that they are divorced. Now you will ask, how did we get to this point? Evidence will show you that my client and the defendant were actually close friends. And at the time, the defendant was married to my client's husband's cousin. One of our witnesses today is her ex-husband. His name is Devin Mayo. What he will testify to is that they were friends. Married couples hang out with each other. However, you don't think that the other couple would sleep with your wife. He will also testify to the fact that they hung out together. They spent holidays together, meaning the 2 couples, the plaintiff and Mr. Montague, the defendant and Mr. Mayo. They went on double dates. They spent time together. And the testimony presented today will show you, in fact, the defendant knew that my client was married to Mr. Montague and did not care about her actions. Evidence will show that, in fact, she befriended Miss Montague. She pretended to be her friend. Evidence will show that my client confided in her because why shouldn't you be able to trust your friend? My client will testify that the defendant used that knowledge about her marriage against her. And not only that, my client is going to testify to the fact that there was love and affection in their marriage. You will hear testimony today that, in fact, my client conceived their child around November/December 2023. Now, I have prepared a relationship timeline. My client and Mr. Montague were married on October 20th, 2018. They had their handsome little boy, Mr. Jacoby Montague, June 10th, 2019. They welcomed a second child into the marriage, Miss Bailey Montague, July 2nd, 2021. Thank you, baby. And this was actually on the record. She said one day and changes. So if you hear me go back, that's actually what it says. I appreciate y'all so much. Evidence will show you that, in fact, my client found out that her close friend and one of her closest friends was now sleeping with her husband in 2023. But keep in mind, this was the same time that she conceived their 3rd child. She had no idea that her friend would do this to her. Now, what you'll hear the defendant say is that, oh, she knew we were together. She consented to it. It's an arranged marriage. But as you listen to this case, you're going to hear my client testify to the fact that she continuously asked her husband, why are you so close to the defendant? Why are you pulling your love and affection away from me? and giving it to another woman. You will hear testimony today that she asked her husband and he denied a relationship with the defendant the entire time. You will also hear testimony that the defendant did not tell her that she was, in fact, sleeping with her husband. Now, remember the timeline where I showed you they had 2 minor children, baby Jacoby and baby Bailey. Now, they no longer have a father in the home. Evidence and testimony will show that as a result of this infidelity, my client became destitute. She had to return home to her mother. Evidence will show that she also went over a year and a half without any support from Mr. Montague. Besides $90. Keep that in mind. A year and a half of no support from your husband? Evidence will show you that, in fact, the defendant and Mr. Montague went on several trips together while my client struggled. My client struggled as a single mother. Mind you, when you think about how much a single mother struggles, think about daycare bills. Think about transportation. Think about the support and love you will receive from your spouse while they give their children baths. Was my client able to do that with her husband? No. In fact, the evidence will show that not only after the date of separation, Mr. Montague and Miss Kennard posted online about their relationship. It was not enough for the defendant to be in a relationship with Mr. Montague. Oh, you wouldn't think it would stop there. However, evidence will show that, in fact, my client had to ask for 3 restraining orders in order for the harassment to stop. Now, you may say, what do you mean harassment? Thank you, baby. The defendant is a content creator on social media. Evidence will show that for her occupation, she posts on all platforms, including Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So what that means is that it's her main source of income. So while my client is destitute and a single mom without the father in the home, evidence will show that the defendant was able to profit off her pain. Evidence will show that my client asked her not to post the minor children online. And when I asked about the minor children, I'm referring to my client and Mr. Montague's children. Testimony and evidence will show you that the defendant did not listen, and my client had to take a restraining order out on her. But keep in mind, the defendant is the same person that betrayed her. That was her closest friend that she confided in about her marriage. This is a person that has caused so much pain. Now you may say, how does a heartbreak cause pain? Evidence today will show you that, in fact, my client has been diagnosed with anxiety and depression. And you should say, okay, she's depressed. But is she depressed because of her marriage? The answer is yes. Remember, I told you the defendant was a content creator. So that means when the defendant was posting about my client's marriage, the whole world saw the demise. People had comments about her marriage that she didn't even know. My client would testify as to every single thing she went through because of the intentional actions of the defendant. And the question comes up, did she know that they were married? Were they happy? Evidence will show that my client mentioned a 5-year vow renewal to the defendant, which meant my client was going to testify that she wanted to remain married to Mr. Montague. The defendant knew about it, but did she care? Did she show any remorse for being with her husband? Evidence will show that Miss Kennard's last name is not Miss Kennard anymore. Evidence will show that. In fact, Mrs. Kennard's last name is Mrs. Montague because she is now married to my client's ex-husband.
Yikes.
And as I indicated, he's sitting on the opposite side of the client. Evidence will show you that if you have any question about whether there was love and affection in the marriage, my client's mother is here to testify that. In fact, both married couples.
I can't hear you no more. Oh, okay.
So first of all, somebody came in that I don't even know, child. That really pissed me off. Both carries, in fact, both married couples came over to her home to celebrate Christmas. They shared holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas together. My client's mother is also going to testify that they went on family trips together, spent time together. And of course, if you remember, I indicated in November/December, a third child was conceived. So in order to have conception, of course, we're all adults. That means that they had to have sexual intercourse, love and affection during the marriage. The evidence will also show that my client loved her husband, slept with her husband. She even helped put him through school. My client is going to testify that they had an agreement. If she took care of the kids and put him through school, that in return, he would do the same for her. Now, remember the trips I mentioned about the defendant and Mr. Montague going to Las Vegas, going to other places? As a result of my client not being able to stay focused after the separation, the evidence will show that, in fact, my client had to drop out of school. She does not have a college education. And in fact, she is trying to put her life together from the pain of knowing one of her closest friends betrayed her. Thank you, Tisha. I appreciate you, baby. A woman she confided in, a woman she spent time with, is also a woman who was married to her husband's cousin. She has to live with the pain of knowing that her children were posted online, let me add, without her consent. Evidence will show that, in fact, my client communicated to the defendant to stop posting the children online. Did she listen? No. Did she care? No. Did she care about taking Mr. Montague out of the home? Did she care about the pain that my client had suffered? Keep in mind, she has anxiety now. She has depression now. Evidence will show you that, in fact, you would think somebody that's your closest friend, that's now with your husband, would apologize, would show remorse. And evidence will show you that, in fact, the defendant never apologized. Did she apologize? Did she show any remorse? One would think if you had love for your friend, that's what you would do. I know I would, but she didn't. And in fact, the evidence and testimony is going to show that the defendant flaunted her relationship with my client's husband. Not only did she flaunt it in her face, let's be clear, evidence will show that she flaunted it online. So we're not just talking about Facebook. We're talking about Instagram, TikTok. Remember, I told you she's a content creator. So imagine knowing that your deepest, darkest secrets are posted online for another's gain. But remember, I told you evidence will show you that she's a content creator. She said it a lot of times. So what does that mean? Is that you make money for your post and lies. Evidence will show you that my client is a private person, led a private life, and as a result of the defendant's actions, she has now been forced to be in the public eye. Evidence will show you that her children were in videos. The defendant not only slept with her husband, but also did a Q&A session about about my client, asking questions and answering about the defendant as if she was not sleeping with her own husband. Evidence will show you that the defendant went on Snapchat and talked about her keeping his last name. Showed pride in saying that Mr. Montague was worth every single thing that she was going through. Evidence will show you that she had such an arrogance about sleeping with her friend's husband. And also evidence will show you that she didn't have any remorse for the pain she caused to a family. These children had 2 parents in their household. Guess how many they have now? 1. A young boy does not have his father in the household anymore. And again, do you think the defendant cared? We're going to pause right there. Can you get up the likes, babies? Thank you for all the gifts. Thank you for all the gifts. Again, if you're coming in, we are reading the opening statements, and we're going to be summarizing a lot of the other stuff that's going on too, because this transcript is detailed.
Baby, you eating that thing, honey.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you so much, lady.
Thank you, Inner City. I appreciate it.
You eating that thing up, baby girl. He said, excuse my southern accent.
Excuse my southern. I've had the need to be southern because that's what this sounds like. This sounds like a tawdry tale. This woman is talking about everybody's been in her business, all that, and now we're learning, like as if we didn't already know. I'm not new to this case. Having seen it for as long as I've seen it, she was putting this shit out there.
Yes.
You can't take back the gun after you done shot somebody.
Yes.
You already did it. So now it's out there. Nothing is going to stop. Now you just gotta let it burn.
You
This
also
is your
can't,
fault.
you cannot depict how you're going to be received when you put your stuff out there. You was all gung-ho about putting it on out there, letting the world see it, because everything is content according to her. So you cannot be angry when people say we don't like it, we don't like you or your content now, because that's exactly what she get. So now she won't walk it back. No, ma'am, no walking it out.
It's me. TT said this is why Black Goddess was in tears after court. Yes.
Yeah, man.
And when we just on an opening statement.
This is an opening statement. This ain't even got to the evidence that's going to be discussed and shown.
Okay, so we're gonna pick it back up. Give me the 30,000, please. Appreciate the taps. And because I have been going live on a regular basis, because we've been going live on a regular basis, we are rising in leagues, and it's helping us all the way around. Also, if you're not following me and Sharice, please follow us. Please repost this. Let TikTok know that you found value in what it is we're doing. Sharice, did you want to pick it up, baby?
Yes, I got you. All right, so you stopped with, and do you think the defendant cared, right? The bottom of 25,
do you think
right?
the defendant cared?
Okay. And going.
Yep.
And if you look at the timeline, can you fix the 2 at the bottom? Thank you. I think that she was talking to somebody in court. Okay, back on transcript.
I think so, yeah.
My client and her husband separated on or around March 14th, 2024. He became engaged to the defendant and got married September 11, 2025. Now, you say, what makes this significant? Less than a month after my client received her divorce, guess who got married? The defendant and Mr. Montague. Evidence will show that the defendant's ex-husband is going to testify as to why her and him separated. Remember the witness I said, Mr. Mayo? He was married to the defendant, just to refresh your memory. And he's going to testify that the defendant came to him and said she wanted to be with his cousin. And you may ask, did my client at any point know that they were starting this relationship? Breaking down a family? Tearing this father out of the home? Evidence will show you today that my client did not have any knowledge that they were sleeping together. So much so, the defendant testified, the defendant texted her and said she needed a place to stay because she was going through a hard time with her husband. Evidence will show you that my client, in fact, said, yes, you can come stay with us because I don't want you to be in an abusive situation. But unbeknownst to my client, evidence will show that even before she asked her to come stay with them, she was already sleeping with her husband. Evidence will show that the defendant went into the marital home. Remember the relationship timeline? Thank you. And had sex in their marital home. Now, this is where their children lay. Now, remember I told you my client helped put him through school? Evidence will show that while she was at work, her closest friend and her ex-husband, the traitor, when she was helping to put food on the table, paying the bills, the 2 closest people betrayed her. So this is a claim for alienation of affection, which means that you have to show there was genuine love and affection in the marriage. That's when a pregnancy comes in. That's when evidence will show they were still sexting each other, spending time together, spend the holidays together. And as a result of the defendant's intentional actions, remember we talked about her knowing that she was married, going on double dates with her now ex-husband and my client's ex-husband, and evidence will show she referred, meaning the defendant, to their children as auntie. So what that means is Miss Montague and Tim's children called the defendant auntie because they were so close. They were that close. And now the children no longer have a dad in the home. And another question you have to ask yourself is as a result of the defendant's intentional actions was the bond severed. When we talk about intentional, think about whether she knew they were married, whether she cared if they were married, and she had the thought process to sleep with another woman's husband. As a result of her actions, the marital bond is now severed. In the state of North Carolina, they would like to protect the sanctity of marriage, something the defendant did not do. The defendant did not protect her own marriage with Mr. Mayo, and neither did she protect my clients. Now, ask yourself, as we go through this trial and you see the exhibits, you hear the testimony, what kind of woman would do that to another woman? What kind of friend would do that to their friend? What kind of auntie would do that to their niece and nephew? Evidence will show that the defendant is that type of person. Now, when you go through this evidence, the testimony of my witnesses, ask yourself this. What was the defendant's marriage to Mr. Montague built on? It was built on another woman's tears. It was built on their children's tears. And consider the pain and the heartbreak that this woman feels. Thank you, Your Honor.
That's right. Woo! She ate her up. Please tap, 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 babies. Tap, tap. She ate her up. She ate her up. I'm telling you that as a writer and a filmmaker. Thank you, Nisha, for the Daily Harmony, baby. That, I can say that is some of the best literature ever, honey, because when I say she ate her up, and even the repetition, like saying the same thing over and over, she wanted to make sure that it was embedded in the jury's head.
Yes.
That she
ingrained
was in their mind exactly what she wanted. She wanted to know the confiding in somebody, the betrayal, the traitor. Like she wanted to ensure.
Yes.
That's what it was about. Okay.
Yes.
We get ready to continue. Come tap, tap, tap us, baby. Can you give me a 35 over here? Thank you, Steph, for the Daily Harmony.
Oh, I got a puzzle piece.
And please follow us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Lita said, you ladies are amazing with the reading.
Oh,
we are. Well, first of all, my baby is a scholar. She's a voiceover artist, and you know I'm a director and a writer. So between the two of us, I think we can read
the two stuff.
The way that it could be. You sound like a play, right?
Yeah, you do.
So I'm gonna go ahead and finish. So here come the other one, y'all.
Here come the other one.
Yes, Your Honor. The jury is with you. Here comes Brenay. As you know, my name is Brenay Montague. I'm here before you, one, to prove that everything that has been accused about me is not true. In the alienation of affection and criminal conversation is built on facts, not sympathy, facts, that they were already separated. They didn't have a loving, happy home. This isn't the first time either. Keep that in mind. And I'm here supporting, and this is what she says, and I'm here supporting. I have supporting witnesses to support everything of this case. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And that's all I have to say. And y'all concerned about that one going on Tamron Hall and making sense of herself? Let's read it again, because that's all her statement was.
Yeah, we can run that right back.
Yes, Your Honor.
We can run that right back.
The jury is with you. As you know, my name is Brenay Montague. I'm here before you, one, to prove that everything that has been accused about me is not true. In the alienation of affection and criminal conversation is built on facts, not sympathy, facts, that they were already separated. They didn't have a loving, happy home. This isn't the first time either. Keep that in mind. And I'm here supporting. I have supporting witnesses to support everything of this case. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And that's all I have to say. Mind you, got chewed up and devoured. She Jurassic Park your ass. And that's what you come up with? You got to at least scratch somebody, girl.
She got up off the petty talking about, as you know, my name is Mrs. Montague. No. The judge told her in the opening of I
don't mean to stop you. Steph said, I'm experiencing secondhand embarrassment. Just listen.
Yes. The judge already told her, because when the case was filed, she was Miss Kennard, and that he would be referring to her as Miss Kennard throughout the trial, as it would keep everybody, on the same page with the paperwork. So it's the first thing you decided to get up and say was, as you know, my name is Brenay. My name is Brenay Montague.
What she cares about?
Like, we already told you, you're gonna be referred to as Kennard. That's what the paperwork say. But she wanted everybody to know she don't know how to not be in her own way. That don't look good for you that your name is now Montague and you defending yourself from taking this woman's husband, dummy.
So let's go into, we're not done yet, man. OMG, I have never in my life, like, I didn't know when I got involved in this case over a year ago that it would be all of this. I'm thinking, like, why is this woman doing this to her friend? Mm-hmm. And this is very humiliating. And then she's being a bully. That's all I'm thinking.
Right.
But I did not know that we were going to see Karma come back swiftly and not only slap her with an open hand, but then come back for a back slap too. Mm-hmm. This is the worst kind of humiliation. So let's listen to this really quick, y'all, and we can ask questions about the transcript too.
Thank you.
I mean, just goofy. Like,
she is a goofy.
So people expect that's going to get on Tamron Hall, and because let's talk about what's going on Tamron Hall while we waiting for my podcast scene to come up.
Okay.
There is no angle. Even as a writer, I have nothing for her. There is no angle that you can come that's going to even get even a snippet of sympathy. The one thing that may have worked, you would have heard somebody say, is we were in love with each other since we were kids, and then we got back together. We just fell in love. We just couldn't stay away from each other.
Yeah.
But even that's gonna be like, why didn't y'all separate from your spouses?
Playing mental warfare games on these people. It's supposed to be up and he coupled up, and then you doing all this stuff, wearing all these clothes around her young children.
It won't never add up.
It doesn't look good for you.
You said her incriminate herself. Like, I don't want to sign no petition. I want her ass to go right on the show and do what she does. Yep. And because most of the evidence in this case that she lost was because of her own mouth. So why should we stop her?
Yeah, let her talk.
Okay, so if you don't know what this is, I am a prompting person. I like to prompt different things. So what I did was I put the documents into the system, and then I have our friends to be able to hear so we can get an even more detailed summary. And we're going to be back on this transcript tomorrow because it's so detailed. But listen to this, guys.
Of affection and criminal conversation. They're legally potent, but super rare.
Okay, so let's break this down for everyone listening. Our mission here is to guide
we can ask questions too about the
devastating narrative that came out from the first day of testimony. This is the story of plaintiff Akira Montague, who claims her husband was, deliberately stolen by her closest friend, Brenay Kennard.
It's so much more than just the drama. What we really need to
analyze
me at
50,000,
is
please.
The stark contrast in courtroom execution. The tactical mismatch is just, it's incredible.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you've got the plaintiff, Akira Montague, and she's represented by this meticulous, really seasoned counsel, Robinetta B. Jones. We'll call her Miss Jones.
Okay.
And on the other side, you have the defendant, Brenay Kennard, who is now remarkably Mrs. Montague.
Wow.
And she's representing herself. Wow. So what we're watching is this masterfully crafted emotional roadmap colliding with the reactive, almost improvised defense of someone without a lawyer.
And what a backdrop. North Carolina Superior Court. These are cases literally designed to protect the sanctity of marriage, but the evidence is pure 21st century. We're talking sex, social media videos, iCloud passwords.
Exactly. We have to understand how these archaic laws are being prosecuted using completely modern digital documentation.
So before we get into the heart of the testimony, we have to set the stage. The transcript, it kicks off by showing us the kind of environment that Judge Timothy Wilson established.
Oh, absolutely. He was running a notably tight ship. He made it very, very clear from the outset that while the content might be emotionally charged, the procedure was going to be strictly disciplined.
He really flexed his authority almost immediately.
No, Evolve Leader, you can't, not Evolve Leader, Mika, you can't do it because you're really from Baltimore. She came through sometime, and she thinks that she was here for a little while. That she really is. That don't count. You would do too good of a job.
To Miss Jones, the plaintiff's lawyer.
So CB, this is a prompter. So they're gonna, what I have put in is all of the court documents, and what we can do from this is ask it direct questions related to the transcripts, and then it's going to go into even more detail about what these transcripts are about.
About adhering to procedure. He specifically mentioned Rule 3.1.
And for you, the listener, Rule 3.1 is generally about the proper management of trial time and exhibits. It's a crucial early signal. Judge Wilson was basically saying, your high drama is fine, but procedural missteps will not be tolerated, and we are going to move efficiently.
He really underscored the gravity of it all, saying the trial's purpose is a search for the truth, to make sure that justice is done.
And he even cautioned the jury that this search is often slow, deliberate, and repetitive, which is, the total opposite of what you see on TV.
That focus on efficiency bleeds right into the
Thank you for following.
He gave the jury a very clear expectation. We will be done this week.
And a very rigorous schedule to go.
Trying to get to 10,000.
9:30 start, a generous but limited lunch from 12:30 to 2:00, and then a hard stop at 5:00 p.m.
That kind of timeline creates immense pressure, right? Especially for the plaintiff, who has to introduce dozens of exhibits and hours of emotional testimony in a really compressed period.
It's a huge one for her. And his preliminary instructions to that jury of 12, which, spoiler alert, quickly became 11, are, hey there.
Hey there.
Share your thoughts on this?
Hey there, can you just go ahead and jump to what the opening statements and beyond?
Absolutely, we can jump right into the heart of the matter for you.
That's a great request because the opening statements really set the entire tone.
We were just about to discuss the judge's preliminary instructions, which are important.
But we can certainly move straight to the roadmaps of the case and the testimony that follow.
Okay, let's unpack this. We will skip the deep dive on the note-taking and Googling ban for now.
But we will circle back because those rules greatly affected the jury's perception of the testimony.
Okay. In other words,
so let's dive into the opening statements.
This is maybe the clearest example of the tactical gulf between the two sides.
These are the roadmaps for the jury.
We start with Mr. Jones for the plaintiff, who did not waste a second on formality.
She opened with immediate, intense, emotional appeal to the jury.
She used powerful rhetorical questions to immerse them in her client's devastating experience.
Brilliant.
The strategy was so clear. Establish instant sympathy and frame the case not just as a financial loss,
but as a total moral catastrophe that destroyed a family.
She asked the jury to imagine feeling betrayed.
Imagine having 2 children and believing that this was the person that you were going to spend the rest of your life with.
She's using the most basic, relatable human experience, family security.
This establishes the gravity of the injury before she even gets to the law.
And she immediately points to the source of that betrayal.
The deepest possible connection. The defendant, Brenay, wasn't a stranger.
She was the plaintiff's closest friend.
A confidant, the kid's auntie. And she was married to the husband's cousin, David Mayo.
Right. This deep, shattered connection elevates the claim of malice for alienation of affection.
It suggests the interference was intentional and came from the most trusted inner circle.
And this feeds directly into the legal elements. For alienation of affection, you have to prove 3 things.
1, that love and affection existed in the marriage.
She did.
2, that it was alienated.
And 3, that the defendant was the cause.
And Miss Jones is building the evidence for points 2 and 3 right there in her opening statement.
She then meticulously anchors the claim of ongoing love using the marital timeline.
Married in 2018, kids in 2019 and 2021. That's the history.
But then she dropped the bombshell. The testimony would show the plaintiff conceived a 3rd child.
This was in November, December of 2023, at the same time as the alleged affair.
That detail is just strategically brilliant.
And we need to make sure that we understand this with this 3rd child. We know the child never was born.
Right.
And it was as a result of this. This is one of the reasons why Black Goddess and a few of them were coming out so upset, because nobody had even known that.
Right.
Because Akira is so private.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what's going to happen with the cyberstalking situation. I don't know if they're going to release any information to us, because if they don't allow us in or allow anybody in, we won't really have any information. We would have probably never had any of this, but for the TikToks, the BOTG who went.
Yep.
Because Akira is not on the internet. And can you imagine getting the story of what happened from Brenay?
Child. The lies that we have been heard.
How can the defense possibly argue the marriage was already
The 3rd
dead?
child.
They can't. It's biological evidence of ongoing affection and a shared vision for the future.
It just demolishes the anticipated defense.
From there, she shifted
Akira
to the
moves
consequences. the damages.
She claimed the plaintiff became destitute, forced to drop out of school.
And she highlighted the financial abandonment.
That the plaintiff received only $90 in support for over a year and a half.
And then they are so gross. $90. You don't give only $90 for your kids, but yes, she's buying him shoes and clothes and hats and
eating $5K a month.
Huh?
Eating $5K a month.
Oh my God! Like,
which is such a stark contrast to the
words.
enormous financial sacrifice the plaintiff had made.
The plaintiff put the husband through college. We'll get into those numbers later.
Mm-hmm. And here's where the modern element really sharpens the claim for punitive damages.
Mrs. Jones stressed that the defendant, as a content creator, was able to profit off of her pain.
Publicly flaunting the relationship, posting the kids online without consent.
Which led to 3 restraining orders.
This is so...
But don't give Akira or him money for the kids. Don't want to claim... Right, so she just want to... Because she's a narc, in my opinion, she's a narcissist. They only care about surface things, so titles. My little step chickens, my stepchildren, I'm a mom. A real mother would make sure that, hey, here's some money from what I'm doing. Put it in your pocket to get to your kids. And she don't do that.
Yeah.
Crucial for how a jury calculates
so
damages.
It's the cyber. So the case is not really tomorrow. What it is almost like a hearing just to see what she pleads, talking about Brenay, what position if she's going to take. And then after that, then it'll be like the trial. They're going to set up an actual trial. So tomorrow, we're just trying to see where they are. What Brenay is. What do you got to say for yourself? What are you going to do? Are you going to really force us to do all of that? What are you going to say? That's what tomorrow's about.
If the defendant is monetizing the betrayal, that suggests intentional and malicious infliction of emotional distress.
The harm isn't just the marriage ending. It's a continuous public humiliation.
Exponentially so. Mrs. Jones wraps it up by stating definitively that the defendant's actions were...
That they severed a functional marital bond, resulting in the defendant now being Mrs. Montague.
It was a narrative masterpiece. Detailed, emotionally devastating, and legally precise.
A very, very...
Oh, go for it.
Can you jump to your opinion on Brenay's opening statement?
Lack thereof.
Absolutely. That is a fantastic question because the contrast is the whole point here.
Okay, let's unpack this. We were just saying how Miss Jones's opening was a masterpiece.
And Miss Kennard's, or Brenay's, opening statement, which you can read in the transcript, was the exact opposite.
It was incredibly short. Brenay was representing herself, remember?
She got up and immediately tried to pivot to what she called facts, not sympathy.
Her entire opening was basically a brief denial of the claims against her.
She stated the couple was already separated.
And claimed they didn't have a loving, happy home to begin with.
She did add one strategic but cryptic line, saying this isn't the first time either.
Which was clearly an attempt to foreshadow the husband's prior infidelity, an attempt to muddy the waters of causation.
But our opinion is that without an immediate detailed explanation or evidence, that cryptic line just sounds like a terse, defensive excuse.
This highlights the colossal risk of representing yourself, especially in a complex emotional case.
Right.
Mr. Jones delivered a 10-page narrative of love, financial sacrifice, and betrayal.
Brenay offered less than a minute of generalized denial.
To a jury, that massive imbalance allows the plaintiff's emotional narrative to completely dominate their thinking.
It was a strategic failure of both substance and tone. You can't defeat a powerful story with simple denials.
She failed to construct any kind of detailed competing framework for the jury to consider her side of the story.
That's why we called it a very, very high bar for the defendant to counter.
And that's exactly what happened next. That failure was immediately apparent once the testimony started.
So with that roadmap set, Mrs. Jones puts her client, Akira Montague, on the stand.
And the first goal seems simple. Prove to the jury that love and affection did exist before the defendant got involved.
And Mr. Montague described the marriage in surprisingly intimate detail.
She called it really good, full of joking and trust. Shared holidays right up to the end of 2023.
She gave this really humanizing context. She said, I like to laugh, I like to smile, I like to play.
Oh, poor baby.
And he was the same. We could be ourselves around each other.
That paints a picture of a healthy relationship, not one on the brink of collapse.
And here's where the commitment gets quantified. The financial details.
This isn't just about debt. It's tangible sacrifice being used as proof of a marital bond.
She testified she was the main financial provider, while her husband, Timothy, was at Barton College from 2020 to 2023.
And the numbers are just staggering, unforgettable.
She testified she borrowed between $30,000 and $70,000 from her mother and grandmother.
This was just...
Okay, we're gonna pause. This is gross. This is so gross, y'all. This is so gross. That's why I said we're gonna do 2 days. What you say? We're gonna do 2 days of this. We're gonna do today, and then we're coming back tomorrow. And tomorrow we're gonna be reading even more. We're gonna go into more detail because when I tell y'all, I was already shocked from after doing my summary from ChatGPT. When I went to ChatGPT, y'all know I call Chat friend, and when friend said something about the piercings, I missed that. Like I didn't know that she was doing that as a way to, was going through what she was going through. And then I'm wondering, y'all. No, because this would have happened after them, and Brenay already had the piercings. Is the piercings a North Carolina thing? Because I see a lot of young people that got them in their nose and stuff like that, in their tongue. Is it out here too, Sharice?
Yeah, I mean, people get piercings all the time, especially younger people. I mean, back in the day, I had gotten my ear up here pierced at the top. I mean, I think that's.
I'm talking about they do tongues, they doing noses.
I think that's just the sign of the times. I don't know if it's just a North Carolina thing, to be honest.
Yes, 50K. Thank you, Mika. Yes, thank y'all for giving me the 50K. I appreciate it. Yes. That broke my heart because the fact that she felt like that was basically she's essentially trying to put herself in some pain. And when I'm doing any kind of writing, that's one of the things that come up, marking. So the fact that she did that and her family knew really, really annoys me because it goes right back to what we've been talking about as far as she was put under PTSD. This is why nobody cares what Brenay is talking about right now. You clearly don't want people out of your life. You went on, or your business rather, you went on Tamron Hall's show. And now we're hearing all the stuff that's going on with ChatGPT and breaking down stuff and now, reading these transcripts. Baby, we're going to do this forever.
Girl. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for
forever.
Really hard me. Yeah.
Or appeasing what Tim liked in Big Nasty. Yes, that's what I was thinking until that she was doing that to appease what Tim liked about Brenay. But the parents knew.
Yeah, something was
wrong.
It
almost like she did that. She had done that before.
You know what it reminds me of?
Huh?
Hey, ladies. Ooh, thank you, Tara. Thank you for the money. I appreciate that. It reminds me of like cutting yourself. You ever heard of somebody that?
That's in my current book.
Cigarettes and stuff like that.
That's in my current book. I've read about that.
Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. You know what I mean? Like harming herself to make herself feel better with what she's dealing with. Yeah. So Pittsburgh said the same thing. It's like cutting. Yes. It's like cutting yourself. So
that's what got me. Originally, I was thinking too that she may have been doing that because that's what Brenay did. But then her family knowing led me to believe that this is something that she often resorts to. Yes, it's so sad. I just want to hug Akira. Yeah, me too. Me too, baby.
I said the same thing. Yeah, I started when we were going through the trial, and I say we because we were literally like keeping up with the boots on the ground ladies and getting the updates. It was very heartbreaking to hear some of the testimony that was presented. You know what I mean? It just
me to say a real question. Do y'all think she'll ever apologize? No, she won't apologize because let me tell you one of the reasons why she don't apologize. She's a narcissist, but also to apologize opens up pain that's going to be hard to repair. Because what it would mean if you really are repenting, then it's almost cracking open a hard shell and it's gooey inside. So now you got to really think about what you did to her, what you did to the kids, how badly you must have looked as a person. Like she don't have the support group around her to put her back together for the real pain that she would have to endure from a real sincere apology. This is not to be confused with let me just say what people want to know. I'm talking about a real sincere apology. This is why most narcs never ever apologize because they could have a mental breakdown.
Yes.
It would be hard to put yourself back together. She's not capable. She will never do it. The most we may get, and I don't even know if this will ever happen, will be in a dry. I said I'm sorry. I mean, something like that. I mean, I'm sorry that she ain't like it, or I apologize for what you may think I did to you.
Yeah.
That's all we would get. We would never get
back on her
apology.
Oh, June Jim said, she won't. She doesn't think she did anything wrong. Her mind believes her delusions. Yep.
Mika, it's perfect. Maybe what you just said. That's perfect. That's why she's eating literally her life away. Absolutely. which is also one of the reasons, in my opinion, that she has low energy. Low energy because you're flooding your body with all of this food and depression because it's mental warfare. Nobody is able to sustain constant a barrage of hate on a regular basis. And she's getting that because people are not feeling what it is that she put out there. But she has to come out because that's her money. Can y'all imagine? Like, listen to what we talking about, y'all. You are a content creator. You need to go on the internet to create content, but yet the content that is being created is not being received, only hate for what you did to another person. But you can't stop it because you can't eat. Oh my God. If that ain't karma,
right.
If that's not karma, I don't know what is.
Yes.
And what Tamron asks, I don't know. But here's the thing. Tamron Hall is a female-based show. Most women don't agree with people taking somebody's husband.
Right.
Tamron also has a staff. And so they will research normally to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
So if she did any of her weight in being a journalist, then she should have asked some real questions. As a matter of fact, that's what she used to do on the ID channel? Wherever station was, she lost her job and ended up doing a talk show host.
Okay.
She used to do investigative reporting.
Okay.
So you're gonna come on there and then do what? Like she lost the case for a reason. Right. So what are y'all asking her? That's why I don't think that it went down like Brenay thinks it does, but I can't wait to see.
And then she has no idea about the editing of it all. It's one thing to be filming something and they ask you certain questions and, whatever, but then you don't know what's going to be shown on TV. What made the cut?
TJ Creation says, I'm appalled at Tamron. There's a saying, even the wicked. That I am telling you that sometimes, look at what's happening now. This is a devastating and embarrassing situation. But now that we know who Tim is, do we really think that he deserves Akira? He's literally with the person that he deserves.
Absolutely.
So, but for this evil, painful situation, because I believe Akira would have stayed with him the entire time, she would still be married to this man. So, Tamron, bringing her on the show, asking her any number of questions, a female-based show. This is not a show full of whores. This is a female-based show. Okay, this is not baddies. This is not any of that. So Tamron, bringing her on the show about some serious questions, as terrible as it may sound, I think it's going to work out to our advantage. Brenay does not interview good. I will stand by it. Anybody need to read the opening transcript again? That's her. We didn't do that. That's all her. we didn't write that. Well, that's what she said. Okay, right. So we're not dealing with a show full of whores, and let's see all the whores get together and talk about their experience. We're talking about a female-based show that she's on.
Yeah.
There is no right way to discuss. There is no good angle. The only one angle that Brenay has would have been, I'm sorry, I have loved this man for my entire life. I'm a writer. Yeah. I have loved this man for my entire life. And I am so sorry. I know we should have did the right things, and I'm sorry. I apologize to Akira and all of that. It's just I could not let this man go. There would have been a subset of women who would have supported that.
Right.
I'm telling you, I probably wouldn't even been on it as much because I'd be like, I'm just glad he's got away from her. But the world loves a good love story. Y'all don't have that.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have that. Instead, y'all did sneaky about it because y'all weren't man and woman enough to have real conversation and let it go, because what y'all wanted was literally your cake and eating it too. Thank you, Kay, for the daily harmony, baby.
Especially him. I don't think he ever wanted to leave his home.
Why would he?
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, do he resent his kids? I'm just asking.
Girl.
Because she takes care of her kids.
Yeah.
She can't take care of his ass.
Right.
But then guess who can? Big Mama. She can come in there and take care of him. Buy him shoe boots, let him eat, fly him around, do everything that she wants to be able to do. Okay? That's what's going on. So I know people are upset about this, and I know that it's painful, but I'm telling you, I really feel just like I did a video a couple weeks back. I said Brenay she does not interview well. Y'all remember Baltimore Gate?
Oh no,
When
please
she
don't.
didn't understand what was going on, didn't know the several different parts and places in Baltimore, but claimed to be from Baltimore.
Girl.
It pissed a lot of people from Baltimore off.
Mm-hmm.
Then she goes out and lose the case, and then tell my son she'll probably never see the money. That's in Robin's answer for her trying to get a new trial.
Yep.
I don't know what.
It's going to be the exact same thing on this show.
The exact same thing. She does not know how to interview well. She does not understand what to say because she has not taken. She has nobody real around her. She has nobody that has worldly experience that can put both hands on her face and say, "Baby, I love you. Listen to me.
Yep.
What you're doing is wrong, my baby."
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would do if I'm her friend. You know, what you're doing is wrong. I know you feel like this is right now, but nothing good is going to come of this, baby. And I know you love this man. Mm-hmm. And I know you do. But I'm telling you, you need to let him go because he's going to bring you down. He's going to destroy you. Thank you, baby. That's what I would tell her as her friend. And I'll say, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to stay with you behind the entire way. But you got to let him go. You got to let. She has nobody around her like that.
Nope.
None.
Nope.
Thank you, baby.
That one good. A good one.
Go ahead, baby.
Kiki said Akira has a praying grandmother who prayed a way for her to see and to walk away. She had a praying grandmama.
And yes, that's to tell you. It don't always be pretty, y'all. It don't always be pretty. I'm a prime example of it. There have been so many times where I tried to hang on and then it got bad before it got good because I didn't let go when it was time for me to let go.
That's right. Because God will sit you down if you're supposed to be sat down.
Please tap the lives, baby. Both sides tap the lives. Let TikTok know we over here. We appreciate the gifts and everything.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay. So Pittsburgh Kim didn't hear Brenay's opening statement. Shall we do it for her again? Since
I have it right here. It says,
Kim, we got you.
Miss Kennard, yes, Your Honor. The jury is with you. As you know, my name is Brenay Montague. I'm here before you, one, to prove that everything that has been accused about me is not true. In that alienation of affection and criminal conversation is built on facts. And this is what she said. And mind you, I need you to understand, this is one sentence. I'm here before you, one, to prove that everything that has been accused about me is not true. In that alienation of affection and criminal conversation is built on facts. Not sympathy, facts. That they were already separated. They didn't have a loving, happy home. This isn't the first time either. Keep that in mind. I'm here supporting. I have supporting witnesses to support everything of this case. And I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And that's all I have to say.
That's it. That's all.
Very sassy. Very sassy, and inappropriate.
Just ignorant. Yep.
And I stand by Brenay. One of the reasons why she come off like that is because she's probably always feeling like she's always in fighting mode. Like she's always in fighting mode. She's always feeling defensive. It could have happened when she was younger. Fighting, and then fighting. Now everything about you is fighting. Even when you shouldn't be fighting. For instance, if you ever looked at some of her lives, it's always defensive. I'm sure other people were saying good comments. I like your nails.
Yeah. You're
pretty. I stand beside people who argue me all day long. I don't think Brenay is an ugly girl. Mm-hmm. And I don't think her size was something that worked against her. Right. But we're African Americans. The first time when you do some stuff that's wrong or crazy, that's the first thing people go on. Whatever they deem is different. With me, you old bitch, you 51 years old and everybody messes. That's what it is. You got to be able to stand up with the rest of them. And of course, they're going to go at her weight. That's what they do. But I personally don't think that it was a bad thing about her. I think it made it bad because of how she's doing it. And so people target what they feel they target. Nobody really cares about that. We care about how you treat people.
Correct.
And so you're always in defensive, always fussing and yelling and screaming and hollering and went into court and looked the fuck stupid. With against Robin, who's been waiting for you to come outside. I've been waiting on you. I've been waiting to see you. And And that's all you said? Girl, you supposed to pinch, scratch, or something.
Fight back. Do
Fight
something.
back.
Nope.
No.
She thinks she's smarter than everybody. She thought she could get on Chat GPT and that'd be it, and she can represent herself. She made the defense that she did have a year before the case came into trial. She made him recuse himself from the case and not be her representation.
You know, if she had a lawyer, they would have said, please do not go back. It's diabolical to want to be the center of attention and someone else is taking care of you. Girl, you know, Tamron Hall showing them just really work. It was probably good. They probably only gave them a hotel and some food.
That's it. They gave them a stipend to eat. They flew them out there, and they gave them a room for the weekend or whatever, or what have you, or the weeknight, whatever it was, however long they stayed. Two nights probably. That was it. And you know they acted like, honey, oh, this is real nice.
On Tamron Hall's show, they say they don't pay. They said for celebrities they pay. But here's the thing: if she would have had an attorney, they would have had to pay her because that story was the hottest story that was going around social media. So she should have definitely gotten a motherfucking stipend for that. Attorney would have made sure that she got paid.
Absolutely.
But you know she didn't get paid. They probably got a room and food because they are children.
Yeah, they are.
Look at how she talked.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into more of it tomorrow. Like, look at how she talked. This is not... Tim has that much pro built up. Pro? Let me know, make sure I understand it right. These are not professionals. These are children playing in a big world where everybody can see you. That's one of the reasons why you want to get out of the house and have people around you that will tell you about yourself. I like folks to tell me about myself.
Keep it a buck. Yep. Because
when you stand in that room and then you come out and y'all basically validating each other's bullshit and y'all come out in the real world and we like,
you know, real quick. That's why she's so angry at how people are perceiving her, and it's not the storyline that she wanted to present is not what people are giving back. That's why she's pissed. She's
Delulu. Yes, Kristen. What you say, Sheree?
She's Delulu.
And not a good one because I did the Delulu challenge for 30
Right.
35 days straight. I think it was 35 because we
did 30 days straight, and then December 1st through the 5th was the weekday, so we went 35 straight.
Yeah, man. So Susie cute. So Brenay without the filters. So look, she without the filters, I still don't think she's an ugly girl. I think because she has the stuff, because you know when you don't eat right, I'm telling you, I used to be up to like 250, 260. You start getting around the neck and all these little areas because that food does not do good for your skin. And this is why I do a coffee enema every two coffee enemas a week. That's another reason why my skin is clean. I mean, people say what they want, honey. It's all over my YouTube, child. Because you got to clean the skin. Clean the organs.
The liver.
And if you are backed up, like I would not be surprised. I'm just thinking, I'm throwing it out there. Hypothetically speaking, I would not be surprised if she had fibroids or something like that. You know, and if your body is built up with all the toxins, you start getting stuff around imperfections. But I still don't think she's an ugly girl. I don't have no problem with her size.
Her soul ugly, but I don't think
I feel like she can wear the right clothes and then look attractive. It's her personality, and because of that, people go in. So yeah, you know, the filters, whatever. But I saw some pictures that was running around and without the pictures. Oh, that's the other thing. She does a lot of frowning. So it'd be like, thank you, social butterfly.
Get out of that closet.
I just don't think I'm probably on my own with this, but I just do not.
I don't think she ugly. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to be able to say it like she ugly, but I don't feel like she's ugly.
She's not ugly. I personally don't feel like you could call nobody ugly. I cannot call nobody else ugly. I can say your soul ugly, your spirit is dark.
Right.
I don't like you. You know what I mean? Your personality or whatever, but I can't call nobody ugly. But I don't think.
You said I still don't know that lady. That's not the lady on my line.
Thank you, social butterfly. I appreciate you.
I still don't know who that lady is. The lady that I saw at court is not the same lady that be online. I don't know. I think she just not. I don't. It's not a lot of people that I dislike. I really dislike her, and I dislike her.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it doesn't have to be this way.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be this way. I feel like you're so young why do you have this much?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In you.
I really feel like I hope this will be for her. That she gets to our age, our 50s, her 50s, that she could look back and be like, you know what? I handled that completely wrong. I'm very remorseful. I wish I could take it back. I wish I could do this differently. I would love for her to get there.
She would have to crash. She would have to crash so hard. And this could be the catalyst for that. If I'm writing this character in real life, the only way that will happen, she have to crash. And by that, I mean everything stripped away from her, but first Tim.
It has to be. Yeah, he got to go.
He has to go. And the way he has to do it, it's got to be
harsh.
It got to be harsh. It's got to be public. It's got to be mean. Yeah. If he did that, that would be the beginning of the breakdown for her. Of course, she may also.
Yeah, because now, now you got to worry about, I did all that. And you just going, for real? Yeah. You need to worry about that because that's quite possible.
I don't think she's in a position to be letting him go nowhere.
Not after all this humiliation and stuff. And she done been through the mud.
No,
brother.
I don't think she's in a position to let him leave. But that would be the only way. Other than that,
but it's gonna happen. He not gonna be there forever. That boy
on Twitch. He already twitching.
Yeah.
Apparently he twitching hard too.
Timmy. Of course he is. Twitching Timmy.
TJ Creation said y'all look good. Thank you, baby.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And my little lock. Oh, this John about to break. Look at that. I just felt it.
Tim is going to hurt her feelings so bad, and then she may do his in kind.
He definitely gonna have to run LMCW.
Think about
Tim not going anywhere safely. Oof. What'd you say, Pooh?
Tim ain't going nowhere. He like Peter Guns. He ain't going nowhere. I don't know, y'all. If the money, he don't feel like all the stress. One thing she better not do is have a baby. There has been a big thing with women who think that they have a child, they can keep them.
They're gonna keep them.
Men like him want
freedom.
He wants
like that up and go type spirit. That's why he ain't the father he should be now. He like the up and go type spirit. He ain't trying to be bogged down.
Yeah,
baby.
He like to go on down there to talk about Tamron Hall and shit. I know they probably felt real dumb once they got down there and then the questions that she asked, because y'all, what questions would she ask? She gotta ask the real hard questions. He's gonna have a baby on her and some more, because he do be throwing that thing around. To your point, Susie Q.
He do.
I don't trust her with a baby either, Jim. That's what I said, Miss Diva. A baby is not going to keep him. Men like that want to. The fun part about it was me and you could do what we wanted to do. If you have a baby, then that's not going to help me.
Yeah.
Can y'all get me up to 60,000, please? Where you at?
Yeah, let's get you up to 60. I'm at 50.5. They got me to 50K. Hey, thank y'all. If she has a baby, that's when her light bulb might come on. Shell said.
No.
Shell, no.
No, because guess what she said in an interview, or not an interview, in a on one of her lives, she said that she will put the man before the baby. You're supposed to put your man before your children. Do y'all remember that? If you remember that, put it in the chat.
Wow.
No.
So she don't even deserve to have no baby.
Yep. She said that she would put the man before her children. She said you're supposed to put your husband before your whatever. Now look, some people argue whether or not that's true or not.
Back in the day, I think that's how they would bring the husband's plate out to him first before their children eat, stuff like that. But no, he a grown man. Let me feed my babies. He be out.
Tim before the babies.
Right, like he deserves that.
Because some men, you be like, you baby, I don't want you to put me before. No, I'm gonna put you before. I want you to take care of the kid. That's different. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Juju. Thank you. Some real good man be like, I don't want you. Oh, you help me achieve my goal. Thank you. I appreciate that. The way that garage looked, a baby wouldn't be good. No, the poor dog sitting in there looking crazy. Talking about something they're going to eat. And again, because she's so surfacey, she's showing only herself. Meanwhile, everything in the back is disaster.
Exactly.
But I look good.
Like folks can't see that. Like you think we really see what you're trying to display? No, we see it all, sugar. We don't have the rose-colored glasses.
Right.
We see it all.
Rats? He ate, baby.
Yeah.
Rats?
Who had rats? She got rats.
Akira did ask that. It was one of the questions that was asked from Robin. Remember we read them?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Mice or something.
One of the questions was, is it true you had rats or something?
Yep, Lori, thank you.
Ooh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
I can see that. The way that garage look, I can absolutely see that.
Okay, babies. Well, we will be back tomorrow at 7:10. We're going to finish up with this transcript and getting into more detail. We appreciate y'all so much. This has been fun. Sharice and I be having so much stuff to talk about, but Brenay won't let us. So this is going to be Brenay week.
It is going to be Brenay week.
Because we got to now talk about what's going to go down for this.
It's going to be Brenay week. She got tomorrow.
Missy said, great job.
Oh, thank you.
So make sure y'all tap us out and say good night.
Please follow T. Follow us both. Please follow T. She put so much time, so much effort into making sure that we are able to understand what's going on and the legalities of all of this.
Legalities. So, good night, Lady B.
Y'all not following her. Make sure you follow her.
Night, it's Mika. Good night, Mika the Capricorn. Good night.
Say good night to us too. Come through and like us out.
June Jim says always a good time. Good night. Good night, June Jim.
Thank you, June Jim. Thank you so much for everything, June Jim.
Jim said, y'all have a great night. Samara says 60K. That's right.
Yes, you got it.
Down, baby.
Huh?
Good night, Susie Q. I was telling her it's 61 now.
Oh, yes. Y'all got her there.
Good night, Black Diamond. Good night, Kristen.
Follow.
Good night, Miss Diva.
All right,
Miss User.
Yes, thank you. Man. Tomorrow gonna be crazy. What you think gonna happen tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna find out what she's gonna plead, because it's nothing real outside of that.
Yes. Yeah.
Smart. If I was her, I would say guilty and then get it over with.
Thank you, honey. It's probably gonna be It's probably gonna be quick. You know what I'm saying? It's not trial, so it probably is gonna be quick. We'll find out what she's pleading, enter her plea, and they'll probably set the date, and then that's probably more than likely that'll be it.
Right.
If she show up.
Susie, quick question. Are you going to cover the other court cases? Yes. What you think? The cyberstalking, baby?
Cyberstalking, Devin and Brenay, yep.
Yeah, I'm on that. We all on that.
We all through it. We running all through it. We take you through there.
Yeah, we definitely are. It's snowing in here in North Carolina. Ooh,
it is?
I
do too. We got some the other day.
Yeah, we got a little dust.
Little dusting.
You're so stupid. All right, babies. Love you, babies. I will see y'all tomorrow night. Good night.
Tomorrow, 7-ish, 7:10-ish.